welcome to the Not So Daily Show. I'm your host, Amira Saeed. One of the most exciting things happening at NUQ this semester, besides the burgery truck and the coffee vendors, is the Media Majlis. What is the Media Majlis, you ask? Well, according to its website, it's the first museum with an active space that challenges standard narratives surrounding Arab media through its exhibition and programs. Now, the Majlis's first exhibition opened to the public on the 9th of April. It's dedicated to exploring Arab identities and images in film. But what does Arab identity and representation really mean for the Education City community? In other words, what does it mean to be Arab in a place where all kinds of diverse identities come together? Here's what students have to say about what Arab identity means to them.
The West sees Arab identity, especially female Arab identity, as oppressed, as someone who needs to be rescued or saved. And I feel like that's the opposite.
I believe being Arab means being diverse. We don't have a single identity.
Since I'm Palestinian, it's extremely important because we don't have a home, so I have to keep that Arab identity alive everywhere I go.
People are not appreciating the Arab identity enough, or they're not representing it the way that it should be represented. Until today, when, let's say, if you went to the Western world, if you ask them about the Arab representations in movie, they're gonna link us with link the Arab world with terrorism, which is exactly the opposite.
As Hala Al-Ayan, a Palestinian-American novelist, said in her interview with the Daily Q, we're all just doing the best we can to hold on to the things that mean the most to us and to be authentic to who we really are. Next up is co-host Omer Al-Alawi with our guest of the day, Maryam Farid.
Thank you, Amira. Hello, everyone. I am your other host, Ahmad Alawi. And yes, we have Maryam Farid joining us today. Maryam is a communications sophomore at Northwestern University in Qatar, as well as a track and field athlete on the Qatar national team. She was also recently appointed the CEO of the Youth Company, a platform for youth empowerment and development. Hello, Maryam. It's great having you here.
Thank you.
So our discussion today is about Arab identity and media representation. Maryam, your accomplishments as a young Qatari female athlete are not considered very typical, and they have certainly put you in the spotlight in the past. So do you think it's important to have more representation in the media of examples like you?
I do believe they should, because there are more ladies like myself, whether they're in the sports fields, media, TV, or in different fields. So I think not only Arab identities, but women in general as well. Media are actually changing the media, covering women in sports, covering women in the Arab world. It's becoming a change. Media industries or media channels are trying to showcase those women and actually make people hear their voices.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's a good point you make, actually. And can we talk about the way your Arab identity has played a role in developing this passion?
I think being an Arab, wearing the hijab, being Muslim, does make me who I am, not just being an athlete in the national team of Qatar. I'm proud, I'm honored to represent Qatar. But in the Gulf, internationally, it's a very strong message, because you're not just representing yourself or representing your name, you're representing a whole country, a nation, a religion. So you have to be in the best image you could. At the same time, being Muslim and wearing the hijab while I compete internationally does give a message to the other part of the world that don't think we exist or we play sports or we do have goals and ambitions like them. So I think it breaks a lot of stereotypes and breaks a lot of stereotypes of Arab women or Arab identities being oppressed or not existing or having their freedom to do whatever they want. So I believe it did or it does make me who I am today. Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yes, it is great that you bring up breaking stereotypes. It is definitely problematic to uphold all of those stereotypes that sometimes can be heavy on special cases like you. So you've recently gotten involved in the Youth Company.
Yes.
Can we talk about that?
So the Youth Company is a company that empowers youth, especially in Qatar. It started in 2010 by Mohammed Farid, who is my brother. He was 20 years old when he opened this company. He was a Northwestern first batch.
Wow.
Back in 2010. The first batch of Northwestern. He started this idea to empower, encourage youth to work, give them opportunities to internship, to volunteer, to communicate with youth around Qatar, and give them the ability or encourage them to do whatever they want to do. Because you can't find any organization or any company that actually gives you the opportunity as a youth to do something new and volunteer and to connect with different organizations or professionals. So it was an idea to actually empower them, and we're back.
Thank you, Mariam, and it's definitely always a pleasure to hear about the great achievements of Northwestern alumni around the world. And now for a final question, do you think Arab representation can be improved in any way?
There's always improvement in anything, and we can, as Arabs, as having something like this in Northwestern Qatar, we should be the first ones to actually push for the change and make the change possible.
I couldn't agree more, Mariam. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
And hopefully we will actually see more of you and other young female athletes like you represented in our media so that we would all get to cheer on you and be proud of your talent. Let us know your thoughts on Arab identity and representation around you. See you again on another episode of the Not So Daily Show.